what's going on? This is Jay Brantley with Macleem Sports and Boogie Sports. We're here at the Drew League Sunday, July 1st. I have the honor and the pleasure of introducing who I feel is a big-time mentor in the city of Los Angeles. He's from Compton, California. Better yet to tell his story is no other than Rock Johnson from American Icon. Rock, what's going on?
Nothing. I mean, I do what I do. We got on my chest, as you can see, it says Icon basketball. What I do is I get young men to college through basketball. I'm not talking about namesake young men. I'm talking about kids who can't afford the travel fees, kids who can't afford, mothers can't take them from one spot to another spot, but kids who really need our help. Kids who are struggling in school, kids who have attitudes, kids who think they're gamers or want to be at-risk youth. And what I do is I help through Jim Brown, we created the American Foundation, and I took the Icon out of that and created a basketball component where I could really help these young men excel. And since the beginning of American Icon All-Stars in 1995, I got over 200 young men in Division I schools. 200 young men in Division I schools, and not one of them was ranked. And they all had the opportunity to go to school.
Like I said, that story has to be told, John. Everybody always talking about, who's the next phenom, who's the next number 1, 2, 3, 4 lottery pick, draft pick. But that's not the case. A lot of these guys, like Rock was telling me, he educated me on this. I did not know this. He said this year out of 60 spots, 60 guys, 60 spots in the draft, maybe 22 are on the board will not get drafted, and an additional 300 or so have signed up with agents. You do the math. You got to understand that what's more important in here? It's the education. And American Icon, what Rock Johnson has founded with Jim Brown, does that. We have to put that story out more prevalent than we have been. We always talk about how kids, what can they do for programs? What can they do to, go to school and then go play 1 year and then leave and hoping that's 1 in a million. But what Rock is doing is helping saving lives. He's helping kids get education in a society where they've dumped us. They've given up on us. And this is not just in Compton, California. This is nationwide, even worldwide. You know what I'm saying? I've been to Brazil where I went to the favelas, where poverty is like 80%, in the ghetto, where it's no way out. I've been to Japan. Every place has a ghetto. But the thing of it, what we have to change right now is getting these kids an alternative to believe. And I think that's what Rock is doing with American Icon. So Rock, man, pleasure speaking with you, brother. I mean, he's been my mentor since, I was a young kid. And so I just want people to know, that he's here. Any support is much needed, because without that, great people like him and his organization cannot survive.
And let me express, you looking at a guy, I'm Rock Johnson. I spent over 18 years incarcerated. 18 years of my life. I've never went to middle school. I never went to high school. I've never had the pleasure to experience the things that our young men need to experience today. And because of Jim Brown, who helped me change my life, in return, I'm changing lives. I'm that person Jim Brown became to me, to these young men today. I don't care what school they go to. We want to get their education. And I've been doing this on my own, independently, for the last 16, 17 years. But our motto is each of us help the other become a better person. And that's what American Icon is all about. Each of us help the other become a better person. Thank you.
Turn